flight cancellations are ramping up. Airlines began cancelling hundreds of flights on Thursday, following the Federal Aviation Administration's order to reduce traffic at the country's busiest airports, due, of course, to the government shutdown.
The FAA order reads, with continued delays and unpredictable staffing shortages which are driving fatigue, risk is further increasing, and the FAA is concerned with the system's ability to maintain the current volume of operations.
Over 800 flights scheduled for today were cancelled, according to FlightAware. That's a website that monitors flight disruptions and changes. 40 airports across the country will see flight cuts. The cities affected include New York, DC, Boston, Atlanta, Dallas, Los Angeles, Denver, and Chicago. The FAA said reductions will start today at 4%, but they will climb to 6% by next Friday.
Airlines will be required to refund passengers for their canceled flights, but are not obligated to cover other travel costs like hotels.
Interesting. Well, we shall see how this goes. I mean, obviously it's an area of the shutdown beginning to really bite in quite a firm way. Yeah, I mean, it's something that emphasizes the real world ramifications of it all. What are your views on it?
Yeah, I think so far, for people who don't work for the federal government, the shutdown has been something of a blip on the radar. Just talking to people outside of the DMV, or even people who are in the Virginia or Maryland area and don't work for the government or don't receive federal assistance, they haven't really been paying much attention. They know that the shutdown's the longest ever, but they haven't had a tangible impact on their lives. This is something that will affect a significant portion of Americans, particularly if this continues through Thanksgiving, right? That's when people are going to be wanting to travel to see their family for the holidays or flying family members in, and delays on flights, cancellations of flights is going to be incredibly disruptive. I was talking to a source in the airline industry last night, actually. They brought up the fact that a lot of air traffic controllers are getting very frustrated, and some of them might walk off. They are going to make their displeasure known with the fact that they are essentially volunteering right now, and that could cause even further disruptions to air travel. DCA is running on a 116-minute delay right now. EWR is north of 164. People are going to be angry, airlines are going to lose millions of dollars, and air traffic controllers are going to be increasingly furious too. So I think this actually stands to be a pretty intense situation for people who are trying to travel as the holidays edge closer.
Yeah, I think that's true, and it's maybe worth mentioning or reminding people that the last time there was a government shutdown, which was in President Trump's first term, that was in fact the air traffic controller issue was one of the key catalysts for that being resolved. It was perceived that people could not, in fact, bear that kind of level of disruption or bear that kind of level of difficulty for travel plans. And as you say, this is particularly more serious this time around, coming up to Thanksgiving. You know, obviously one of the most busy times of the year, a time when people, you know, have the emotional pull as well of trying to get to see children or parents or other family members. And if that's going to be completely disrupted, I'm going to keep talking until I'm sure that your coughing fit is okay, but are you all right?
Thank you.
All right, go for it.
Just a throat tickle, I guess.
Okay.
We're going to get through.
Yes.
But the other thing that I would say is that there's sort of a perception that maybe that now that the election is over, that Democrats might be more apt to opening the government again, because some people think that they were using it as leverage for the Virginia elections. With more bureaucrats being out of work, they might be more likely to vote for Spanberger.
Right.
So I do expect that we might get a deal before Thanksgiving, but even so, any flight delays, cancellations really backs up the whole system. So the effects of this will last for potentially weeks beyond when the government actually opens its doors again.
Yeah, it'll take quite a while to get the pipes unclogged again, so to speak. So yeah, that'll be a bit of an issue. Otherwise, an ICE facility near Chicago is accused of not providing suitable living conditions for its detainees. Up next, a look at the restraining order filed by a federal judge. Stay with us.